TIFU by giving my germophobe GF a vibrator for her birthday. Some weeks ago my girlfriend bought the gaming chair that has a massaging feature. After noticing this feature was just a small motor inside a pillow, she got curious, took it off, and used it to stimulate herself. The thing is, she has germophobia, and right after doing it she realized what she did and started panicking. She then called me, told me the story, and I managed to calm her down. At the end I asked her if she would like a proper vibrator, as she never had one before. She said, maybe, but with a clearly positive intonation and a smirk. Fast forward to her birthday. I should mention that her birthday is an extremely special day for her, where everything must go perfect and she wants to be treated like a princess. Well, I bought her a vibrator online and gave it to her. After seeing the completely white box, her face changed and she said she had an idea of what it was, and then opened it. She immediately started panicking, saying that someone probably used it before and returned. Said it was probably infected with many diseases and germs. She then started asking what I touched in the room after touching the box, and saying everything now was contaminated and she would never be able to be in the room again. She cried a lot and got deeply sad with me. Needless to say, the dinner I planned for weeks was completely awkward. TL. Doctor, I gave my germophobe girlfriend a vibrator for her birthday, which triggered her phobia, leading to a mental, emotional breakdown. Oof, that sounds like a tough day-to-day life. Ever considered therapy? Bruh, this girl needs therapy. Buy her that instead of sex toys. But you might go bankrupt. She might need to be treated for this. For now, what you can do is always make sure it stays in a hermetic box and wash it in front of her, so she can be sure it's clean and germ-free. Don't tell her this, but such thing as germ-free doesn't exist even in surgery, so yeah, that's not a normal reaction, and obsessions like these tend to get worse over time. Presumably you do not want to end up with an agoraphobic GF. She will need therapy. I hope things get better for her. As someone who sold sex toys for 3 years, unless you bought the toy from some sketch website, plenty of legit adult toy dealers, that toy certainly was not used and returned. I had people try to fight me for not accepting returns, but we stuck to our guns cause that's gross. Obviously a stranger's reassurance online won't help, but her reaction concerns me. That's her first thought. This looks like clinical grade anxiety, to a level that appears to be OCD. She immediately started panicking, saying that someone probably used it before and returned. Said it was probably infected with many diseases and germs. This is inconsistent with probability, and she almost certainly knew that, but reacted this way nonetheless. Our guess is that there's something deeper than germophobia here. Otherwise you would see the same reaction to a brand new toothbrush, which we suspect is unlikely. She needs to talk to someone. Anxiety of that grade is a serious problem, and nobody should have to feel like that. Everything must go perfect and she wants to be treated like a princess. Welp, you are both gonna relive this moment on her every birthday. Your GF needs therapy. This is not normal at all. Even if germophobe, at the point you are describing, your GF needs treatment. She is clearly dysfunctional, and this isn't your everyday germophobia. I'm talking about heavy psychologist or even psychiatrist help. She has quite a dysfunctional OCD, it seems. So she freaked out about a vibrator possibly having germs. But it didn't stop her from humping a pillow from a chair that, most likely, came from a far less sterile factory than the Vibe did. Not to mention, vibrators are made to be easy to clean. The same can't always be said for pillows. She might have a form of contamination. OCD. I have issues with stuff like that, and COVID made it worse with having to clean groceries. It's so hard, but I don't see why she's blaming you for this. As someone who's recovered from pretty bad hypochondria, OCD picked during COVID, your girlfriend really needs help. It can become seriously crippling. And this talk about a room being contaminated by you touching something and then touching other objects is practically a textbook case. Of course, your partner does need to be open to therapy, but I can assure you, it's very hard to just reason someone out of this. In my case, a mixture of antidepressants, sertraline, and behavioral therapy was very effective, but this is something you should discuss with a healthcare professional. Of course. That is one of the most high-maintenance things I've ever heard. Fuck being with someone like that. OCD? She needs to go to a GP, really. Please get her therapy up. I'm traumatized and confused because I read the title as, I gave my grandma a vibrator. I am not dyslexic. And you shower with alcohol every 2 hours because you're walking in air infested with bacteria and viri? Dude, honestly, this girl sounds like a nightmare. I recommend therapy from a professional. This is no way to live a life. I feel so sorry for the both of you. I have a phobia of needles. Just knowing there's a potential of someone harming me with those causes an anxiety baseline for the time I'm in that area. But germs are everywhere. She must be so anxious most of the time. This is genuine advice. Call a psychiatrist, not just a therapist.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.